Located approximately 375 miles from Ukraine and about 388 miles southeast of Moscow, Penza serves as the administrative hub of Russia's Penza Oblast. Ranked as Russia's 36th largest city, it hosts a critical radio equipment manufacturing facility. This plant has made Penza a prime target, with reports emerging on July 31 that Ukraine launched a strike on the region. Ukraine breached Russian defenses again with a large-scale attack using a swarm of unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, inflicting significant damage on the Penza facility. The city was engulfed in smoke and chaos following this latest deep strike, described as a direct blow to the heart of President Vladimir Putin's Russian Empire. The Kyiv Independent reported that Ukraine's security service, SBU, deployed numerous UAVs to target Penza. The primary target was the city's radio electronics factory, which, according to sources, produces military radio equipment for Putin's forces in Ukraine. An anonymous SBU source speaking to the Kyiv Independent confirmed at least 11 explosions, indicating multiple Ukrainian UAVs hit their mark. These explosions stemmed from a massive fire at the JSC Radio Zavod plant in Penza, a facility operated by the state-owned Rostec defense conglomerate and under international sanctions. The attack painted a clear picture. Ukrainian UAVs struck with precision, setting the target ablaze. The Kyiv Independent noted Russia reported multiple Ukrainian attacks across several provinces in the early hours of July 31, confirming Ukraine's deployment of a UAV swarm into Russian territory. Crucially, video evidence of the radio factory confirmed Ukraine's successful strike. Shared by the Telegram channel Astra, a 54-second video initially appears unremarkable, showing a cloudy sky with rising smoke. At the 8-second mark, a Ukrainian UAV emerges from the clouds before vanishing again. The camera pans to track the UAV's intermittent appearances. It then widens to reveal its target, the Penza radio manufacturing plant, already burning fiercely. The UAV descended toward the factory, seemingly unhindered by Russian air defenses. The silent video makes it difficult to confirm if defenses were active, but no intercepting missiles or heavy anti-aircraft fire were visible. The UAV then impacted, exploding into a fireball on the smoldering factory grounds. The footage suggests at least 2 Ukrainian UAVs struck the target. One UAV appeared in the video, while another likely caused the fire visible at the clip's start. Russia could not deny the attack's success. Ukraine executed another deep strike into Russian territory. Astra's brief commentary noted Penza residents confirmed the Ukrainian UAV's success, reporting a direct hit on JSC Radio Zavod. Earlier Astra analysis of fire footage in Penza confirmed that the UAV attack set areas around 2 local factories, including JSC Radio Zavod, ablaze. The Kyiv Independent's anonymous source provided further details, stating the Penza plant mass produces automated combat control systems used across Russian military branches, from artillery to the Air Force. In essence, it supports nearly all Russian military operations, making its disruption a top priority. Preliminary reports indicate the attack targeted the plant's new production facilities and component storage warehouses per the SBU source. Ukraine may have crippled the plant's ability to produce radio and communication equipment while destroying component stockpiles. This double blow stunned Putin's regime. However, Russia's response downplayed the devastating attack. Penza Oblast Governor Oleg Melnichenko initially offered minimal details, stating only that a fire at the plant was being extinguished, but later admitted issues existed. Euromaidan Press quoted Melnichenko, claiming no casualties or damage occurred, only a fire at an industrial site being contained. This reflects Russia's typical denial strategy. Melnichenko's no damage claim came despite Russian telegram channels flooding with videos, like Astra, proving otherwise. His statement was inherently contradictory. How could there be no damage with a raging fire at the Penza plant? The claim seems absurd, but for Putin, the priority is denial to undermine Ukraine's success. Unlike past incidents, Russia did not blame UAV debris. Instead, they acted as if the issue was merely a minor fire. Astra's video and the SBU source reveal the truth. The Penza plant was heavily struck at least twice by Ukrainian UAVs. Why does this matter? The Penza facility produces much of the radio and electronic equipment for Russia's military. The plant's official website, though poorly maintained with broken links, states JSC Radio Zavod plays a vital role in Penza's industrial, economic, and social life. It boasts extensive international military technical cooperation, with specialized equipment in demand and operational in over 20 countries. Clearly, this is a major facility. Producing for over 20 countries underscores its significance. The website confirms production of automated systems for artillery, air defense, and other weapons, critical to Russia's military modernization. The plant's scientific and technical center conducts research for multi-purpose radio-electronic equipment, data processing systems, and software-hardware complexes. That research is now halted. At least until the UAV-induced fire is extinguished and the plant rebuilt. The website's disarray limits further details, but the available information justifies Ukraine's targeting. Owned by Rostec since 2013, the plant is deeply tied to Putin's military-industrial complex, a critical cog in his war machine that he cannot afford to lose. The situation is even worse for Russia's leader. Penza was not Ukraine's sole target on July 31. Ukraine also struck Volgograd. Astra reported an overnight UAV attack targeting a key railway terminal and gas supply infrastructure. A 15-second video clip showed a distant blaze, briefly capturing the facade of the Baranka Hotel and Cafe on Severnaya Street in Volgograd. Russia could not deny this attack. A massive fire without a Ukrainian UAV strike lacks explanation. Russia acknowledged Ukraine sent UAVs into Volgograd. Governor Andrei Bocharov downplayed the attack, stating Russian air defenses repelled a large-scale UAV assault on transport and energy targets with no casualties. The Kyiv Independent added that Russia's defense ministry claimed to have downed 32 Ukrainian UAVs across 6 regions on July 31, including 11 over Volgograd. Locals reported at least 5 explosions, though whether from downed UAVs or successful strikes remains unconfirmed. Russia is reeling. The Volgograd attack, while less significant than Penza, compounds Putin's challenges. Both strikes highlight why. Since early 2025, Ukraine has intensified deep strikes into Russia. Russia should have anticipated these attacks. When former President Joe Biden authorized Ukraine to use US-made ATACMS missiles on Russian soil in November 2024, a red line was crossed, and Ukraine committed to targeting critical Russian military infrastructure. However, Ukraine could not rely solely on Western missiles for these operations. Thus, Ukraine began developing its own weapons. In December 2024, the Atlantic Council reported Ukraine was building an extensive deep strike arsenal, including a new missile drone named Peklo, Hell in Ukrainian, capable of 435 miles per hour over 435 miles. This UAV joins other long-range weapons, like an upgraded Neptune missile. Ukraine plans to produce 30,000 long-range UAVs in 2025 alone. Warning signs were clear. Ukraine would target more Russian sites in 2025. By February, Euromaidan Press noted frequent long-range strikes on Russian military bases, arms factories, oil facilities, and similar targets. Ukraine conducted 66 such attacks from October 2024 to January 2025, growing more intense, with the July 31 Penza and Volgograd strikes as the latest examples. Ukraine believes this strategy is effective. On June 27, United 24 Media quoted Defense Minister Rustem Umerov, who said Ukraine developed a systematic long-range operation plan last year, contracting tens of thousands of long-range UAVs. This enabled regular precision strikes on critical enemy targets. 2 weeks prior, Ukraine decided to multiply these operations, Umerov added. The message is clear. Ukraine is hitting Russia hard with long-range strikes and preparing even stronger blows. Why? Some argue Ukraine should focus on defending its territory, but this overlooks how deep strikes exploit Russian weaknesses, causing significant pain beyond destroying facilities like Penza. Russia's vast size, roughly 6.6 million square miles, is a key vulnerability. While a source of national pride, it makes defense challenging. United 24's June article by Ivan Kamenko quoted former Ukrainian Deputy Chief of Staff Ihor Romanenko, who noted Russia's logistical and defensive challenges due to its scale. Kamenko reported Romanenko saying Russia's size maximizes attack opportunities. Ukraine adopts a "the bigger they are, the harder they fall" approach. Ignoring opportunities like Penza would be foolish. Ukraine has the weapons, Western approval, and confidence Putin won't escalate further, exploiting Russia's territorial vulnerabilities. These successful strikes also limit Russia's ability to supply, coordinate, or support its forces in Ukraine, reducing their capacity to seize more Ukrainian territory. Russia's territorial gains slowed significantly in 2025, coinciding with Ukraine's intensified deep strike strategy. The Center for Strategic and International Studies, CSIS, noted in June that Russia's ground campaign stalled, capturing limited territory while losing substantial equipment and personnel. Russian advances crawled at 55 yards daily in contested areas like Kharkiv. CSIS reported Russia seized only 1% of Ukrainian territory from January 2024 to June 2025. Russia Matters reported on July 22 that Russia gained 20% more territory in June than the prior month. However, this was just 234 square miles, a fraction amid Putin's large-scale summer offensive. By July, gains slowed again, with only 18 square miles captured in the first week, the lowest since late April. The Penza attack disrupts Putin's forces by halting production of artillery and weapon systems reliant on Penza's automated systems. Fewer systems reach the front, weakening Russian effectiveness, aiding Ukraine's defense, and reducing territorial losses. Each successful deep strike exacerbates Russia's challenges. Another reason for Ukraine's 2025 deep strike focus is to make Putin appear weak. His rule relies on a strongman image as Russia's protector. The conversation highlighted this in August 2024 after Ukraine's successful Kursk counteroffensive, marking the first enemy occupation of Russian soil since World War II. This humiliated Putin, challenging his war narrative and risking perceptions of vulnerability. The conversation noted this as the gravest threat to his story since the invasion began. Vulnerability and weakness undermine his leadership, as some suggest he's nearing that point. Johns Hopkins described Putin as strong yet weak, too entrenched to be ousted, but too ineffective to govern well. Deep strikes highlight his inability to protect Russia, their most significant impact. The July 31 Penza and Volgograd attacks, among others in 2025, bring Putin's war home to Russians. Putin cannot shield his people indefinitely. As his grip weakens, more Russians may turn against him. With Penza in flames, Ukraine edges closer to toppling Putin. While he grapples with these attacks' short and long-term fallout, nature itself seems to oppose Russia, as a major earthquake struck one of its key nuclear submarine bases.